Welcome back to TriFecta Airsoft, everyone. I'm E-Rock, and today on a podcast I have Zombie13, or just Zombie. Welcome to the podcast, man.
Hey, thanks for having me back.
And you've been on. This is what, your third time on, I think. And we've had
Yeah,
a couple good talks on here. I think our last one was a live stream. Actually, we didn't record it. It was just a live stream.
yeah, you're right. Because I remember I couldn't see the comments.
That's what it was. Right. Exactly. So, Zombie has been a part of our channel for a very long time. He's been in Airsoft for quite a few years. And you just came back for an event, which I want to talk about. But first, I want to mention if you guys watching are not joined up for our giveaway, we have a giveaway coming out December 24th, the day before Christmas, Christmas Eve. And we are giving away a King Arms M4 Striker and the PP19 Bison. And you can check out that video. I just released it recently. I'll put a link in the description. And you can join by entering, or you can enter or join the giveaway by joining our Patreon or joining our channel. We just did that on YouTube, or buying a ticket, which I have on there as well. So go to our website, TriFectaAirsoft.com, and you can find all the info on the events. It actually pops up right in your face when you go onto the website, and you can click on it or you can just get rid of it. It doesn't matter, whatever. But you can find the details on there. So the other thing I want to say is, man, I just did this video, the review on that M4 Striker, which I released tonight, which you saw because I saw you commented on it. And I got to tell you, man, the last handful of videos, I have really missed our team. Like, I don't have JP, Colt, Chris, on our videos hardly at all anymore. And, a lot of things changed in their lives individually. And so if you guys are watching, JP, Colton, and Chris, if you guys watch this video, whenever, I miss you guys. It's not the same without you, 100%. I did this review on the Striker, and I'm like, man, this is not the same. Like, I don't mind setting up targets. I don't mind setting up the camera. I mean, that's all fine. It's just not the same energy, when you
Right.
have a group like
You
that.
don't have the commentary back and forth.
No.
You guys getting that commentary that's like a rhythm.
Yep. And those guys are awesome. And so I miss you, and I'm sorry I was an asshole while we were doing our channel when we first started. So if we can figure out something to do, some videos together soon, I would love it. But anyway. But yeah, I did this review for the, one of the guns we're giving away. And then I took that review that Chris did a while ago when we first got the Bison, and I just put that in there because I was like, dude, this is way better than what I'm going to talk about. So, especially when I got done with the, testing out the M4, the freaking ice cream man is driving down the road, blaring this, blaring this. I was like, are you serious? I left that in the video on purpose because I was like, bro, this, that day that I filmed, now the morning I got up, for work, it was 29 degrees. Okay. Now it did warm up, obviously, throughout the day, but 29 degrees in South Carolina. Now it was probably in the 40s, later in the afternoon, but it wasn't like hot. And we got a fucking ice cream truck going. I was like, what is going on? All those videos we shot, like all of them, for the last 2 years in the summer, we never had an ice cream truck. Like, interrupt the video. I don't understand. But in the winter, we got an ice cream truck. That was funny. So anyway, you just went to an event, Iceberg or Frostbite or
Yeah, Operation Frostbite. It's
that's
down
it.
in Clovis, California.
Okay, where's that
So,
compared to like San
um,
Diego, San Francisco, L.A.?
it's way north of San Diego and LA. It's closer to Fresno. Fresno, I think, was like 45 minutes, an hour away, something like that. I haven't been to that part of California before. It's my first time. So,
Oh, okay.
um,
South of your place, Redding.
yeah, yeah. It's from my house, it was like a 5.5 hour drive, but
Whew.
I stopped and picked up Brandon before, and so from his house, it's about a 5 hour drive. And pretty much everybody, whenever they go south, there's a little town called Dunnigan, and it has a good rest stop that everybody stops at. There, get gas, stretch your legs. It's just like I'd say about an hour and a half away, so it's a good spot just to use the bathroom, get some food. So we left at I don't know 0900 hours or so, and we drove down, stopped, got breakfast, lunch, and uh, just I don't even think we got gas because my car's pretty fuel efficient. So um, from there we just made the rest of the trip down, and I think I was under the impression that the gates opened at this because so it's at this place kind of outside of actual Clovis. It's called Hill 559, and it's just rolling hills, and they have it all gated off because cattle graze on this property. It's like a mile by mile AO, so it's a huge just open field with hills and trees and that, and like freaks run through it. So it's pretty cool. But and I thought the gates opened at 4, and we rolled up at like 3 minutes to 4, and I'm like,
Oh
we
my
nailed it.
God.
This is awesome. Yeah, I'm like, this is awesome. We're the first ones here, and I'm looking around. There's like nobody. So I'm like, all right. So we pull up, we pull into this one little spot, and we park, and pull up the Facebook post, and they're like, "Oh, gates open at 5." I'm like, "Son of a bitch,
Oh
we're an hour
shoot.
early." But so we went back into this little rest stop. There's a like a bar attached to a gas station called the Roadhouse, Patrick Swayze. But we
Oh shit.
went
Like
back
the
there.
the actual one?
No, I don't think it is, but
Oh, okay.
it looks
It's called that.
similar to it at least. Yeah. So yeah, we use the bathroom, go back, and by the time we get back, like the gates open, so we just kind of drive in, and there's a couple guys setting some stuff up, and they're the ones that work the field, and they're trying to get people lined up as close as possible when they park. So when they set up their campsites, there's not open gaps. And we're like, man, we got a bunch of people coming. I think we ended up having 9 people coming in our squad. So we wanted to, and it's the Guerrilla Airsoft radio guys. So there's 4 of them, and then a few other people that listen to the show too. And they were all meeting us up. One guy was flying in from El Paso, um, Texas, and somebody else was driving up with a couple other people were driving up with them. So we had a pretty big crew. So we're like, hey, we need a big open space, and they're like, okay, we'll just go down and park uh, down the ways and like get an open area. So we found a pretty good spot, and Brandon and I set up our tents, and we're like, it's the sun's going down. We're like, these guys better get here quick because it's getting dark quick. If 5 o'clock and uh, California, when there's hills, like that sun goes down behind the hills, like it gets dark real quick and it gets cold real quick this time of year
Right.
too. So finally, like they pull up, and we help them set up camp, and it gets cold, real cold. Like it was down to like 41, and I think it was like 50 by like 41. And by the time we're all done setting up, and we're
Yeah.
all like shivering. Well, Joe, one of the guys from the Guerrilla Airsoft show, he brought this little like campfire ring that's fueled by propane. Has like hot rocks and stuff in it,
Oh,
and
nice.
we're all like huddling around that and just shooting the shit and catching up and everything. And the first night we're like, all right, let's call a wrap and go to bed. And everybody had their own individual ways of keeping warm, but that first night was brutal, man. Like, yeah, I think my phone kept saying it was like no colder than 43, but I'm pretty sure it was like in the mid to upper 30s, and we all froze pretty good.
I'm sure. And well, then you guys probably had, once it gets dark too, there's that, constant breeze. It doesn't stop.
We got lucky because there wasn't a breeze.
Wow.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
so when it got cold enough, like that frost actually settled in, like because there was nothing pushing that moisture around.
Oh,
But
wow.
we woke up Saturday morning and everything was frozen, like frozen solid.
Oh,
So,
shit. It definitely wasn't
yeah,
40 then.
no, no. And I wasn't really, I thought my sleeping bag was rated for lower temperature. Like I thought it was like 32. So I'm like, oh, I got it. The sleeping bag's good. I even brought an extra blanket. I got wool socks. Like I'm ready to go. And come to find out, I looked at it Sunday. It was rated for 45, but I said, so that was pretty good that first night. Um,
Oh,
but
it sucks being
it,
cold when
some
you're
other
trying to sleep.
Yeah, and like I'm up on a cot, so at least I'm off the ground too, But it was still just it was blistering cold. Yeah, it's hard to get in any kind of position like, and every little bit of skin or anything showing, it just attracts the cold. So you just can't, like, no matter what you do, you can't get comfortable enough to sleep more than
No.
a half hour or so.
Yep.
And then some of the guys had little like propane heater buddies, and I'd wake up in the middle of the night and I could hear them clicking the heater buddy trying to get it to restart. And there's a bunch of people sawing logs. It was like a symphony of snoring people.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
Now, is this a
Saturday.
yearly event that they do? Who puts this on?
I think yeah, I think this was I want to say this is the fifth one, but they haven't done it in a couple of years because of COVID. So even
Oh,
though
right.
it's like I said, it's a huge, like, I can't remember how many acres, but I think it's like a mile by mile, square. Like it's huge. But the city wouldn't let them put on the event because of COVID, which is ridiculous. Like you're only in contact with people at the campsite. And if
Yeah,
usually,
they don't
if you're
they don't
going to camp,
understand. You're not getting up close to each other.
you're right. Yeah, there's no hand-to-hand combat or anything. So, yeah, I think this was number 5, Frostbite, Operation Frostbite number 5. But
Okay.
Hill 559 is the event promoter, and they get sponsors from like G&G Armament and Evic,
Hmm.
and yeah. So I mean, and then they have a giveaway at the end of the weekend and everything. So it's pretty cool event.
Yeah.
Typical green versus tan, force on force, and the I guess kind of the backstory was. Somebody killed one of our goats because we were on the more of like the insurgent or militia side, and we were going against like the more of the army type side. So there was like some minor role play at the beginning, and it was pretty intense. Like people yelling at each other, and they finally like pop smoke, and it's like, all right, it's on. So then BB start flying, but
Oh,
it was
shit.
crazy.
That's cool.
Yeah, yeah, it was like a light, um, light LARPing. kind of playing out a part. Like they wanted you to kind of throw yourself on the ground and act out your death and scream, you know. But this is like a huge open field where cattle graze, so there's like cow patties everywhere. And I'm like, I'm not laying down in this shit.
Oh, you're gonna roll in that shit, bro. Hell yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Like, yeah, I'm like, my big ass is just gonna take a knee if I have to.
Oh, that's cool though. Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
fun. Now, how many people were there? Would you guess?
If I had to guess, I'd say about 200,
Nice.
like 175 to 200 people or somewhere in there. But yeah, it was a pretty big group.
That's good when you have a lot of targets to shoot at on each team.
Yeah, for sure. And the Guerrilla Airsoft guys, like they've played that AO before, so they're familiar with the way that that field works, and it's really just a game of flanking because range is king out there. Like I didn't bring my sniper rifle because I looked at our squad and then we already had a sniper assigned in there. So I didn't bring that, even though I probably should have next time I'm going to. But it's all about flanking because like you charge up. They walked us quite a ways away from where we all started on Saturday, and then from where our starting point was, we had to march in, and you're up and down hills the whole time. Like not just little hills. Like these are big ass hills. Like it takes you a minute to get up them,
Yeah.
and full gear. I go from weighing almost 300 pounds to weighing 350 pounds after putting on all my gear.
Oh
And
yeah.
so by the time we actually see somebody, they're a couple hills away. They're out of range. They're minimum 500 feet away. So like even if you're sniping, like you're not gonna hit them. So it's all about watching, the horizon and seeing which way they're going on the hills, if they're going to be able to flank you, and then watching the other side, seeing if there's anybody, and trying to like push down a hill and then come up them. And there's a lot of strategy involved in it, but it was a blast, trying to maneuver around.
Yeah, that's cool. It's cool when you have a really good location like that with a lot of different terrain. With trees and hills and different. Instead of just a flat small area, to play in,
Right.
where you can actually move. Now it looks awesome and it's fun, but it's a lot of fucking work because, like you were talking, you add 50 to 70 pounds onto your body with gear, and you
Yeah.
start, hiking this shit, even just a quarter mile or whatever, a football field,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, are we there yet?
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know?
that's where good boots come in handy. Like you can't just buy a $20 or $40 pair of boots from Walmart and think you're gonna go out and do that. Like you need a good pair of at least hiking boots to get out. But I got some Solomons that they pushed through quite a bit of stuff, and I think by the end of the day, the only ones that hurt were my knees. Just
Oh
getting
yeah.
older.
Yep. Yeah, that's age. Yeah, Solomons are awesome, bro. I'm reading a couple books right now with Jack Carr. I don't know if you ever heard of him. He's a
Oh,
Navy
man.
SEAL.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
badass.
Yep. He's got a handful of books out right now, and I think I'm on the third one in his series.
Okay.
And he talks about having Solomon boots or Solomon running shoes or whatever, something like that. But yeah, you never want to go. I mean, a rule of thumb for sure is you don't want to try to break in new boots on a 3-day event. You'll be hurting.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and see that's so. I think I broke mine in at work. I walk about 5 miles a day at work, and
Oh yeah.
I I always carry moleskin with me too when I go to these ops too, just in case.
Yep.
Because wearing your boots while working is different than hiking up and down these hills and then packing in wool socks too is a little bit different too. So I carry it just in case, you start to feel that blister develop. It's good to get on top of it, or else you're screwed the next day.
Well, it sounds like you had a good time, man. So did they do like did they do like a whole what was it, a 24-hour thing, or did you have set times on like on
No.
Saturday and then Sunday?
So this one's it's more like a milsim light. It's not like fully submerged where you're sleeping with your goggles on or anything like that. So I think they stopped us around dinner time, and they let it get dark, and then they have a night game. If you want to attend, you can go out. So, but man, I'm glad I didn't go, because just trying to push through during the day, there's gopher holes everywhere. It's like it's empty land aside from the cow shit and cows, and I almost fell into a gopher hole a few times. So I guarantee if I went out at night, I'd be snapping an ankle. And the other thing is, like, sometimes these night games, like, the guys go out, they have like full nods too, so like they can, they have the advantage. They see you coming long before you know where they're at.
Yeah, for sure. I've never used those. Have you ever used
But
those on the field?
no, no, I had a cheap pair years ago, but they were, I mean, like a $50 throwaway pair, not even worth owning. Your depth perception's off, and there's delay, so it messes with you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not something easy to walk around with. I never tried them. Like even when I was in the military, we didn't have them. We never tried them out. We never had them. We never like I don't have any experience with them at all. Chris got a set that hooks onto your helmet, like the big kind of big ass set that folds down, and they're not like military grade. They're pretty decent though. They're IR, so it's just
Yeah,
black and white, and they work fucking awesome. But the minimum, like the minimum zoom is 7 times, so you can't walk with them. They're just for like viewing,
yeah, it screws you up real bad if you try
Yeah,
walking.
7 times is pretty close, So with binos or whatever, but they work awesome. Like they pitch dark, you can see a person. Like you're gonna see them. You're gonna see all that.
Yeah, if I had something like that, I might think about it. But then again, like I said, it just depends on the terrain, where we're playing. Yeah, some of the guys did go out from our squad, and they had a blast, and they came back. They're like, "You guys should have gone." I'm like, "Nah." But so Saturday, we had a pretty good time pushing back and forth and getting flanked and walking back to the fob and stuff like that. It was just just regular mill sim, but a lot of fun. We always have a lot of fun with the Guerrilla Airsoft guys. And then after we all ate, they had a little bonfire area going for everyone to sit around and get warm and just kind of shoot the shit. So it was pretty cool, just chilling by the fire and staying warm.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, when you're cold for a couple hours, you're like, "Fuck this shit, bro." Where who's
Yeah,
got a truck that we can sit in and start up and get the heater going?
yeah, no shit.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's cool, man. Now, did anyone on your team win the giveaway at the end?
Yeah, so because a couple people had to leave early, so they give you tickets when you register. When you show up, they give you a little ticket. They're like, hang on to this, because if you lose it or throw it away or whatever, like, that's your chance. So a couple of the guys had tickets. Juan ended up having two tickets, and he won with both those tickets.
What?
Um, yeah, no shit. He got one of those old Odin speed loaders. He got
Yep.
that for the first thing. I'm trying to think of what gun he won. He won a gun though too. Like, no shit. Brandon had like 5 tickets at one point. because people were handing them to him. He kept finding them out in the field and shit, and he didn't win anything. So he was like,
Oh,
"What the fuck?"
oh my God, this guy. And of course, I was just gonna say, I'm surprised you didn't say that, you won something because you always win. And I know Brandon would be like, dude, of course you won, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Never hear the end of it.
Yep. That's cool though.
But yeah, so Juan won a couple of things, and they threw some hats out too. I got like a G&G armament hat. They had some patches and stuff like that. When you register, they have dead rags sitting up too, so it's good. I just grab a dead rag. I carry a few of them on me just in case.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things people always lose.
Yep. I was gonna say, I think Chris and Colt, I know Chris does. He'll take, two or three of those dead rags with him because his teammates or himself, whoever, he drop it or it, falls off somewhere, and he's always
Right.
handing them out. Yeah, that's funny. So
Yeah.
what? I want to get into your buddy on the Gorilla Airsoft team. It's
Yeah.
a Gorilla Airsoft. What's do they have a team name? It's just Gorilla Airsoft, right? For their
So
team.
yeah. So um, Gorilla Airsoft is the store. It was a Gorilla Airsoft and
That's
Paintball,
right.
or Gorilla Airsoft or Gorilla Paintball to start. But after things started taking a turn with paintball and airsoft as far as popularity goes, he saw the business side of it, so he went to airsoft and paintball.
Gotcha.
And there's a spot down in Bakersfield and Jerry is the guy that starts it all. He's known as Beast. He started all of it, and he hosts some games at a local place called Pozo Field. I haven't played there yet, but I guess it got a lot smaller recently. Something happened with the city and the land or something. I don't know the details on it, but so he hosts games there, and then he started a podcast too. That's Gorilla Airsoft Radio, and I think it was Monday after the op. So he always rides his bike, or most of the time he rides his bike into work at the shop, and that Monday after the op, he was riding into work and hit a pothole. We still haven't heard the full details on how it happened or what. But I guess he hit a pothole on his bike and it threw him off, and he messed up his face really bad, basically. So they airlifted him to UCLA from Bakersfield to the hospital and to do surgery.
Wow.
So I guess he messed up like his eye socket, so they had to do surgery there.
Yep.
Broken nose, broken jaw, so he's got his jaw's wired shut, and possibly broken arm. I haven't heard on that yet. But I mean, he's an airsoft shop owner, and we were all kind of in a chat together and talking about it, and I was like, should we do a GoFundMe for him, because like this is medical expenses for anybody is going to be crazy,
Yep.
and him being out of work is going to be hard, especially this time of year. He's probably not going to have the chance to make sales and things like that like he normally would. So everyone's like, yeah, let's do GoFundMe. So I got it set up, and I thought a couple $1,000s would just help out a lot, and
Right.
so I put it up there and got a few donations here and there, and then just started gaining momentum. So I posted it on social media. I put it in like Instagram and Facebook, and just wanted to help them out, and just kept gaining momentum. And it's like donations left and right. We got donations from G&G Armament.
I saw
Um,
that.
yeah, it's crazy. Like I figured friends and family would definitely help out, but then like a big company steps in, and I'm guessing they have a business relationship,
Right.
and they're like, they just want him to get better, So yeah, we've more than doubled the the donation goal of $2,000. We're up to, I think, $4,500 or $4,600 now.
Yeah.
So and definitely be able to help him out.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Now, was he riding you said bike? Is that a motorcycle or bicycle?
Bicycle, yeah, he
Oh,
threw him
okay.
off a bicycle. And he he must have been clipping on that thing, in order
Yeah,
to get thrown off that hard.
right. I mean, you don't have to be going that fast, to mess up.
Yeah,
You fall on your face on pavement. You only got to be going, just a few miles an hour. You'll fuck it up.
right. Well, that's at work was like, how do you hurt himself on a bicycle? I'm like, man, you run your face, just run into a wall with your face and hit.
Yeah,
And like,
just go
come to
run
the
as
first
fast
and
as you
see what.
can, and fall without your arms, down to block it, and fall on your face on the pavement.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're gonna be messed up. Yeah, I saw your
yeah.
post and it said bike, and I didn't know if he was riding a motorcycle. Because I mean, I didn't know you didn't post how bad he was, like what was
Mhm.
what was wrong with him. So I didn't know if he was going 50 miles an hour on a motorcycle and messed up. But yeah, so he's got some significant face injuries for sure. That the
Yeah,
his jaw being busted uh, is going to be, if he's anything like us, where we like to talk at all or eat, you know, he's going to be
yeah,
hating life right now for sure. But yeah, if you
yeah.
get anywhere up, above your bridge of your nose, so you got your eye sockets and then your, your eyebrows here, that's all your sinus cavities. When you were talking about his eye socket, I was like, man, that's some dangerous stuff. You can lose your sight, you can fuck up your eye, and then up here, you crack that, you got brain fluid leaking through. That's a real serious thing.
Right,
But yeah, luckily, it sounds like he's not too bad. Where he's in critical condition.
right. So I think it was see, that happened Monday. So I think Wednesday he was released from the hospital.
Good.
Um, yeah, so still unable to talk because of the jaw.
Yep.
Um, so we've all
Eating
been
through a
just trying
straw.
to, yeah, yeah. And I think his son's helping out with the shop and stuff like that. And then
Nice.
the other guys down there, Jesse and Joe and Juan, the Bakersfield local guys, Ben, all of them are stopping in, checking on him, and helping out with whatever they can.
Good. Now, where can
Yeah.
people, if they want to, if they hear this and they want to donate, check out the information, whatever, where can they find that?
I think the easiest way would be to either look me up on Instagram or Tanner Goff on Facebook on some of my posts there. Um, I think Instagram is call sign underscore zombie. Um, and then I think some of the other guys, Joe Mini, posted it on his Facebook as well. And I think we've all been kind of like just pushing it out there on social media. GoFundMe is the main site that's hosting all the
Right.
donations. Um, I think the name of it's just help out Jerry Ross of Gorilla Airsoft.
I can add all those. So if when we're done, you can send me all those. You just text me those names or links or whatever. I can add them
Okay.
into here and put it that way as well, so somebody can click on it. But I'll put the GoFundMe one first. Obviously, and I've seen that, so
Yeah.
I can go on there and probably grab that link and here. So GoFundMe, uh, Jerry Ross. Yeah, their search feature on there is pretty smart. It's not too bad to use. So that should come up even if somebody doesn't click on the link or whatever. So yeah, awesome. Well, hopefully he gets better before Christmas. If he's at home and he's doing what he's supposed to with taking care of his wounds, uh, then he won't have any problem with infection and all that kind of shit. Because that's typically the main
Right.
thing you want to avoid after road rash
Yeah.
is infection. People don't realize your injury is traumatic for sure, but you don't really, the victim, whoever's getting injured, when you get injured, you don't really feel it that much because there's so much adrenaline, your body releases to numb it, and you're kind of in shock. And it's the healing process that is the fucking hardest part. It is, weeks mostly. If you have a deep injury,
Um,
it's weeks of pain that you have to keep constant care of to make sure you don't get infections and or whatever. So that so hopefully he takes care of himself. I'm sure he will, and he'll be back on his feet really quickly. So
yeah. The Operation Frostbite that we went to was his first airsoft event he's gone to in a long time, just for health related issues. He's lost a lot of weight and he felt good enough to go, and he pushed through. So it sucks that this happened, a few days after.
yeah, well, it luckily it didn't happen before, and he got to experience that good, uh, fun weekend. But yeah, that's yeah. Now he's kind of if he just came out of something and then went to a fun weekend, and now he's back into this medical thing. That sucks
Right.
big time. Yeah. So a lot of thoughts and prayers for him for sure. For the especially around this holiday season.
I think we're going to be doing Lion Claws in April is the
Yep.
next one. Not sure what days that exactly is, but yeah, down in Victorville again at the Georgia Air Force Base. So
Yeah.
hopefully he's ready to go by then.
Awesome. Well, man, it was really good talking with you, bro. We're coming up on Christmas. This video will come out before Christmas, and I know you're gonna enjoy your family time with your kids and all that good stuff. So,
Yeah, it was good talking with you.
all right, man. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, sounds good.
Later, bro.